Good afternoon. Today I'll be talking to you about combating childhood obesity in New Mexico in a three-pronged approach. This presentation has been prepared for Governor Susana Martinez, and my name is Tim Clave. I am a consultant specializing in health and wellness. As I have covered in my analytical report, childhood obesity is a national problem. Between the years of 1971 and 2006, teenage obesity has tripled. During the same time period, obesity rates for children ages 6 to 11 has quadrupled. This is an alarming rate. Obesity puts these children at risk for heart disease, hypertension, dyslipidemia or high cholesterol, diabetes, stroke, respiratory illness, and lowered self-image. Childhood obesity is a wide-ranging problem that will not be simple to fix. But if we get an early start and set a foundation, we can improve the health and well-being of these children. During this presentation, I will cover the current situation in our state. I will offer a plan of attack that includes a plan of assessment, changes in school nutrition, and an increase in physical activity. Finally, I will present the costs and benefits of making these changes. Right now, a whopping 27.7% of kindergartners and 34.7% of third graders in New Mexico are classified as overweight or obese. That averages out to be about 31% of students. With 336,980 students in 857 public and charter schools, that makes it over 100,000 students that are at a serious health risk. New Mexico has done a functional job of slowing the obesity rate down. However, it is our goal to lower it. One program that the state currently has is through the New Mexico Department of Health. Their program called Healthy Kids New Mexico has worked with local officials to open school grounds for after-hours activities, create safe walking, biking routes to and from school, increase the amount of local produce used in school meals, and increase the amount of activity throughout the school day. My proposal offers solutions that are simple and easily integrated into our schools, which are our primary targets. In order to know how we are doing, the first prong of my plan is to conduct assessments on a biannual basis. These assessments should occur at the beginning and end of each school year in order to show our progress. School staff will be trained under the guidance of a school nurse to conduct height and weight measurements in order to track BMI. These results will act as a yearly report card. They will give us valuable data about how each school is performing and enable us to target areas of need. We will also introduce fitness standards, such as how much time is dedicated to physical activity and quality of physical activity options. We will reward schools with grants that give incentive for creativity and dedication to fitness. The second prong of my plan is to target unhealthy food and drink in our schools. With the amount of empty calories that are consumed by drinking, we should work with our vendor partners to remove sugary drinks from our schools' vending machines and replace them with water and low sugar options. We can also increase the availability of water by providing students with reusable water bottles that they may fill up and keep while in class. We should also replace high-calorie, low-nutrition snacks such as potato chips and candy with healthy options such as nuts and fruits. We can make these snacks more accessible by offering them as a grab-and-go option during lunches and breaks. Finally, the third prong of my plan is to improve physical fitness. This can be done by providing students with 60 minutes of activity per day. For younger students, structured physical activity is a must. Active play options can be explored by schools and implemented by staff. These include games such as Duck, Duck, Goose, Foursquare, and Kickball. Our goal is to establish a lifestyle of activity with these students. Physical education class should become a requirement for every year of school. Exceptions may be made for student athletes, JROTC, or equivalent programs. During PE, there should be an emphasis on quality exercises that build strength and endurance. There are so many options out there, from yoga to jogging to weightlifting, that it can constantly evolve. Now let's talk about costs. As you can see, the options I am presenting do not involve much monetary commitment. The biggest factor is time. For the health assessment, I predict that it will take up to 10 minutes per student to make measurements. This figure should decrease as schools and staff work out an efficient process. The grants I mentioned before would be $5,000 to the top 10 highest performing schools to use in health-related projects. That totals to $50,000 per year. This money could be attained through partnerships with corporations such as New Mexico Health and Wellness, Presbyterian, and Coca-Cola that place a high priority on health. For nutrition, we can work out a comprehensive plan with our vendor partners to establish a transition in removing unhealthy snacks from school vending machines. This can be done at no cost to the state. Accessibility to healthy snacks can also be cost-free by moving them to easily accessible areas such as tables along the lunch line. For water availability, bulk water bottles cost 70 cents a piece. The first-time cost of providing each student a bottle would be $260,000 with an annual maintenance of about $50,000. The cost of improving fitness is in time, effort, and creativity. School staff will be tasked with offering innovative options with guidance and aid from the Department of Health. This will take time and effort on everyone's part. The addition of active play opportunities and required PE should come at zero or minimal monetary cost. The cost to provide grants and water bottles would come to $310,000 for the first year and drop to about $100,000 for every year after that. The Department of Health already allocates about $2.1 million for Healthy Kids New Mexico. The proposed expenses can easily be covered within the budget or by allocating extra funds from the Department of Health's total $207 million budget. It really is a drop in the bucket and will appear well worth it when I go over the benefits next. Students of normal weight have better attendance and higher academic performance than those who are overweight and obese. Higher academic performance makes the state eligible for more federal assistance, meaning more money. We also have the opportunity to change the culture of health in our state. If we are able to start at the earliest ages, we can develop healthy kids who grow up into healthy adults. Finally, the additional lifetime medical cost of overweight and obese children averages $19,000. We currently have about 101,094 students that fall into this category. If we are able to cut this number in half, then we are looking up to a $1 billion savings. How incredible would that be? In conclusion, New Mexico has an alarming rate of obesity. In order to stem this epidemic and reduce the amount of obese and overweight children, in order to help them live healthy lives and lower the cost of healthcare, we need to approach this problem in three ways. By doing biannual health assessments, providing nutritious food in our school, and keeping them active throughout the school day. I am confident that if we instill these low-cost, high-reward ideas, it will build a foundation for a healthier New Mexico.